Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Let's Talk Tuesdays podcast, the show that we answer all the questions that you guys send in every single week on the Brendan Plays forums at brendanplays.com/forums or in the YouTube comment section down below. You can also leave a voicemail on the website as well by clicking the green button on the right-hand side of the page on brendanplays.com. Of course, I am your host, Brendan Plays. It is the final show of the year 2015, and this week we're going to be covering everything to do with this week's Monday Night Raw, the final Raw of the year. We're also going to have a bit of an end of a year review for my channel. We're going to talk about Payback, which just happened, and I'm also going to say a few of my goals and aspirations for the year to come. So I think this may be a bit more of a shorter show. Not a lot exactly happened this week. It's been a pretty dull couple weeks in wrestling, and yeah, so we'll just probably cover Raw and maybe, cover a few questions at the end of the show, but not really all that much to cover this week. So we'll get into it this week by giving a quick shout out to Mobile Strike. I talked about this game last week, and I had a chance to play a little bit more of it. It's the game where, I don't know if you've seen it on TV or anything like that, but Arnold Schwarzenegger is promoting it, and basically it's a mobile game. It's one of those games where you do an action, and then you have to wait some time for the ability to do it again. But the thing I like about this game is they really give you a lot of options just to keep on playing. So when you first start out especially, you can get a good couple, 2-3 hours in without really having to wait all that much. And basically you just kind of set up your own base. You train troops, you build different buildings, you upgrade these buildings, you collect different resources, and just kind of grow your own army. It's really cool, and it's free on the mobile App Store on Android or on iOS, so get yourself Mobile Strike. Use the link that I have in the description down below. This week I'm going to remember to put the link in. Last week I forgot until, I woke up the next morning, so I forgot about that. This week I got that there, so make sure you do check the game out. Download the game using my link. It kicks back a little bit of help back to me, especially if you play the game for a certain period of time. So make sure you get the game, play the game, and try the game out. Let me know what you're thinking. I'm going to be playing the game a little bit more. I'm enjoying it. I don't really play too many mobile games anymore. There's a period of time when I first got my first smartphone, or my iPod Touch especially, I was always on the mobile games. But now, not so much. There hasn't been many games that I've kind of gravitated towards, but certainly Mobile Strike is one I'm definitely enjoying. So definitely check that out. Link in the description down below. Of course, Let's Talk Tuesdays is available on Spreaker, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, YouTube, and iTunes. Wherever you listen to the show, it is greatly appreciated. We had a great show last week, nearly 5,000 views, which was fantastic. So I really appreciate everybody that keeps on listening in, and make sure you always keep leaving likes and favorites, whatever it is. Keep on leaving the support, and I would definitely really appreciate that. It helps me know that I'm doing my job well. So this week we had the Payback pay-per-view, and this is the week that I kind of got shit done. I had the Payback pay-per-view, I had the Payback highlights video, and I also had the Slammy Awards finally get completed. So this week I made it my mission to get things done, and I did. Now, a lot of people gave me a lot of criticism this week. I had a lot of hate mail, I guess you could say, hateful comments, angry tweets, people having a go at me, just angry at me because Payback took forever to upload. And there's a reason for that, and I'm not using that as an excuse. Well, it kind of is an excuse, but okay, so originally I was already a week behind on Payback. I know this, it's on me, because it's, it was like the holidays period, and I decided to catch up with some friends, and I didn't really have much time to do the pay-per-views. And, I was just kind of doing some other things. I just didn't quite get around to it. I was gaming quite heavily. I was kind of in the zone a little bit. And I just kind of put my videos behind and put to the side just for a little bit. And by the time I got around to Payback, I was about to record it. I had friends over for a whole entire weekend. So I lost like 3 or 4 days there. So this is last week. And then eventually, as you guys know, last week I told you about, the process and how I was going to have Payback out, at the time of that recording. In the end, I did. So last Tuesday, I did get Payback done. And it just took... What the problem is, and this is really a big thing that's going to be my major goal for this year. So what the problem is that rendering videos, for me, takes a long time. I don't have a PC, I just have a laptop. And laptops are not built for rendering videos. So this is why I need to get a new PC. And I've been looking this week. I'm in the process of getting some funds together. I don't have a lot, but I need to try and scrape together every little penny that I got to try and get myself a good PC. Now, I'm not exactly a PC guy. I don't know too much about it. I don't know the ins and outs. I know how to use a PC well, but I don't exactly know which parts to have, everything like that. I don't know how to build a PC. I don't know really anything to do with it. I know how to use it, don't know what's inside of it. So that's my big problem. I'm kind of mind blown. I'm in over my head. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to pick out. So I'm having some people coming along and help me. If you have any suggestions, if you're a PC gamer, you know a little bit about what's a good PC, certainly for video rendering. I'm probably going to game on it too, so I kind of need it to be an all-round beast. So if you have any ideas or suggestions, let me know. Also, if you have any suggestions on some monitor brands to get, let me know as well. I'm probably going to get a 3-monitor setup. But anyways, I digress. So I need a better PC for rendering because my rendering for Payback took about 20 hours, I would like to say. But the real issue was the uploading. Now, as you guys know, I'm in the process of upgrading my internet. My internet is really, really crappy. So it took about 40 hours to upload Payback. Originally what happened is I uploaded about 41% of the pay-per-view, which is about, maybe 10, 12 hours of uploading. My computer froze, and then when I tried to start the upload again and kind of continue on from where I left off, it wouldn't let me. I had to do a completely brand new upload. So that meant that 12 hours was gone. So I had aimed to get it out on Christmas Day, if not Boxing Day, which is the 26th. I don't think the Americans do Boxing Day, but on the 26th we call it Boxing Day. So I wanted to have it upload on the 25th, give it out to the Patreon on the 25th, on Boxing Day, give it out to everyone. That didn't quite happen because the upload failed, so I had to redo the upload, which meant 10 hours wasted, and the upload is about 30 hours long, so I kind of lost some time there. The second upload worked fine. I kind of got a bit of a scare as well because it didn't go into HD for a long, long time, and I was kind of wondering, oh my god, the video is not going to be HD, but overnight it turned into HD, everything worked out okay. I was kind of... YouTube just gave me a terrible week. I just had a very bad week with YouTube. It just didn't want to do anything for me this week, so... But in the end, I got there. No doubt about that. I got there. The video's up. The video was good. I really enjoyed Payback. I think it was probably one of my better pay-per-views I've done in a while, I think. It was kind of like a full package. Good matches. Some decent storylines to go along with it. Had a couple twists and turns as well, which is great. So I think the pay-per-view was pretty good overall. We had a couple title changes as well. I think at Extreme Rules we didn't have any title changes. Is that correct? I think that might be correct. So I know that was one of the criticisms about Extreme Rules. There was no title changes, which, you don't want a title change at every pay-per-view, to be fair. But certainly sometimes always having at least one just kind of gets, a little bit more excitement to it. But Payback had a couple title changes, which was good. So I think overall, the show was really, really fun. It was just is such a process and such a pain to make the video and upload it. The thing is, making the video itself is not that long. The time to render and upload that's when all the extra days comes along. People wonder, why am I not uploading videos more? Why am I not doing, universe mode every day? Why am I not doing 2 videos a day? It's because of the rendering and the uploading time. So this is the thing I'm trying to rectify this year. The uploading times is out of my hands. I can't really have an impact on that. Just depends on the best internet I can get in my area. But what I am going to do is I'm going to get a new computer, hopefully completely downscale these rendering times, go from 20 hours to try and cut that back to 3 or 4 or 5, which would be great. If I can get that, then I would be able to do so many more videos, make my standard universe mode videos 1 hour rendering or an hour and a half, something reasonable. If I can do that, then I can make more videos, because rendering, you can't record any videos at the same time, so really you're kind of stuck just waiting it out. You just time wasted, and that's like 6 hours of your day, because to do a universe mode episode, it's about half an hour a day. So that's half an hour, 6 hours in a day for a half an hour episode, I should say. That's what I meant. So that's about 6 hours out of your day gone that you can't do anything else because you've lost it because you're waiting around. So it would be really good if I could get, those rendering times smaller. I'll be able to upload more videos as well. That's kind of like my goal for 2016. We're going to get into that in a second. But the end of year review for my channel in the end, we didn't have a great growth for the year. We didn't get the goal that I was hoping for. I wanted 50,000 subscribers by the end of this year. We're on our way to 37,000. We're probably not going to get there. And I had a comment this week that kind of hit home to me. That kind of, I don't know, just kind of struck a nerve. It was somebody saying, "Oh, Brendan, you know, you've only grown 6,000 subscribers since July. This guy, he's grown 250,000 subscribers, and he does WWE stuff too, or whatever." And I'm like, so I'm thinking, wow, okay, fair enough, good for him. He does different style video to me. Then he said, "Look, you must be doing something wrong." And I was just thinking to myself, am I doing something wrong? What am I doing wrong? You know, could I be doing something different? You know, what do I need to do to make my videos better? And I don't think I have to do anything to my videos. I think I just have to make more of them, and probably more variety. So my goal for 2016 is I want to have more videos coming out, at least one video a day, every single day, always. And I want to try and transition into getting 2 videos out, you know, every other day, perhaps. Maybe, you know, 2 videos a day is not likely, not possible, but at least 2 videos here and there, just to kind of go from 7 videos a week, maybe to 10 videos a week, for example, which would be, you know, obviously much better. So that's kind of the plans that I have. I also want to do more variety. I want to do more GMO for NBA. That's going to be coming up in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to get back into recording for that, get a lot of those done. I want to do some more throwbacks. I want to do the Here Comes the Pain playthrough season mode. I want to do, you know, some of the other SmackDown vs. Raw and the Just Bring It or whatever. Some of these older games, I want to do some of their season modes. Perhaps even a SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 GM mode. But also, I want to transition into doing some other games as well. You know, maybe some other career modes and other games. Certainly like UFC 2 when that comes out. I definitely am going to cover that and do a career mode on that. And I just want to bring some more variety to the channel in a sense. You know, perhaps do some Let's Plays. You guys know I'm a big gamer. I play a lot of different games. I play everything, really. I mean, you name it, I probably have it. So that's something I want to kind of incorporate as well. I want to bring in some more games to the channel. And the thing that I really need is just faster rendering time. You know, faster rendering time, better computer to do all these things. If I can get that done, which is my plan, I want to have a new computer by February or March. If I can get that done, and then I can certainly get the ball rolling there. The thing that really will change 2016 is the fact that I'm moving into my own place. So today, actually, I went ahead and looked at a new place that I'm thinking about moving into. But I'm a little undecided right now. I'm kind of in the process of just checking out some places, see what fits, see what works for me. I'm not exactly sure what I want really yet. But at the moment, it's a good area. It's a pretty old place. Nothing real fancy. I kind of found one that I really, really like. I'm going to see if I can look at that. So right now, the plan, obviously, get my own place, which will mean I have more time for myself, more time to make videos, kind of be able to stream and work on my own schedule. Don't have to work around other people. Don't have much noise coming in. Obviously, college, there's a lot of noise. There was times of the night where you could be loud. There was quiet hours. That's what I was trying to say. So there was quiet hours. You could only be loud for certain periods of the day. So now I'll just have my own place. I can do whatever the hell I want, whenever the hell I want. So that will mean that I can live stream all the time. I'm thinking about getting a full-time live stream schedule, maybe 4 or 5 times a week to try and stream. So really next year, 2016, I think is going to be my year. I'm going to really amp up my game, going to really dedicate a lot of time into this channel, because this could be my last chance, like my last full year really at YouTube, because I'm in my final year of college. Perhaps maybe I'll need to take one more semester after this. So maybe a year and a half to go of college, hopefully at the max. So really right now, I'm kind of wondering, will I be doing YouTube as much as I am now after I finish and get a job? Maybe not, but you know, this is my last chance to really give 100% of this. See where it goes, see where I'm doing after the end of the year. I can kind of reevaluate and go from there again. But I don't think I'm going to quit or anything like that. I really can't see my days without YouTube. But I just feel as though this might be my last year. I'm able to dedicate so much time into the channel that I wouldn't be able to do. Because I don't know if you guys know, I have my own website, have my own forums, which takes a lot of time. I'm the only person who maintains that. The forums, I get a little bit of help, but the website, it's just me. you know, I'm the only person doing everything around here, so I've got to kind of look after myself. If I don't do it, nobody's going to do it, so I have to really put in a lot of extra time and effort beyond just the videos. So it's pretty crazy, you know, but it's certainly worth it. I really enjoyed it. I just wanted to kind of grow a little bit more, but I guess I need to maybe do more videos, maybe do more variety, do different things, spice it up a little bit, and probably do less episodic, you know, videos, more, you know, maybe just kind of the odd random video, like, you know, videos that you don't need to be following the series entirely to kind of get and understand and enjoy, perhaps. But yeah, so that's kind of like the plan right now. But I'm really excited for 2016. Honestly, I think 2016 is going to be fun. And just kind of finished the review for the channel. I thought W2K15, which was majority of the year, I just didn't think 2K15 offered enough there to really make an entirely entertaining universe mode. I think 2K14, I thought my universe mode was probably a lot better. I really enjoyed making that probably more. And I think my production and my videos are much better this year. But the game itself was a lot more fun. But I think so far, so good for 2K16. I think we're in for a good year. And I hope you guys stick along for the ride. And I'm going to be looking to try and spice things up and add some different elements to the channel. I hope you guys give it a go. At least give it a try. If I'm trying something different. That's the thing, like, it's so difficult to kind of branch out and do something different because your audience doesn't really try it with you. And I'm trying to find something that I like, try and find something that I enjoy to do. And if I enjoy it but don't get much of a feedback, a response to it, I don't know if it's any good. I don't know if I should continue on with it. That's kind of how I felt with NBA. And I still don't know if those videos are any good. To me, sometimes I think they're good. Sometimes I'm not sure. That Fallout video I did, I thought was really good. I didn't get a lot of feedback on that, but mostly it was positive. So a few things I've tried that are a little different. I'm not exactly sure how to kind of gauge it. So if I do try something different, make sure you guys just kind of give me a little bit of support. That'd be really, really great. Just to kind of let me know how I'm doing. But I'm really looking forward to the next year. I think 2015 was a pretty decent year overall. Wrestling-wise, it was dreadful. Probably one of the worst years in WWE ever, if not the worst. I don't know if 2012 was better or worse, or 2009. I don't know, but this is a pretty bad year. Let's be honest, a pretty bad year. But hopefully 2016 is better. Hopefully, but I'm not exactly confident because there's so many injuries right now. I mean, who's really going to carry the ball other than Roman Reigns? There's really nobody else that's got much momentum. I guess perhaps Kevin Owens, for example. And I guess this is the time to segue into Raw, where we kicked off Monday Night Raw with Vince McMahon coming out, and basically he got arrested. He got shoved down by Roman Reigns, and instead of arresting Roman Reigns, they had arrested Vince because he was, you know, being pissed off, and then they wanted to arrest Stephanie, and it was just kind of weird and crazy. But I guess it kind of added a little bit more fuel to the fire. The McMahons just hating Reigns even more because he was just standing there laughing. He got them arrested for the night. I can see what they're doing there. I get it. It's kind of set up now for the title match next week. Vince is going to be the special guest ref. So there was a bit of a setup for the next week. Now, definitely Vince is going to try and screw Roman Reigns, you would assume. So I get that, but I just thought the way they kind of did it was a little bit And Stephanie just screaming and screaming and screaming over and over and over. Oh, I could do without that again. So I think we did that enough last week on Raw. Didn't know if we had to do that again, but yeah, it was okay. Not a bad start to the Raw. The next thing that I wanted to kind of talk about, I'm going to be jumping around a little bit here. I've jotted out some things that the first thing that comes to mind we're going to talk about was Becky Lynch. And interesting enough, I got a chance to listen to Becky Lynch on Talk Is Jericho because today I had a 5-hour car trip. So I had plenty of time to catch my podcasts. Podcasts for me, the best time to listen to is just when I'm editing videos, when I'm gaming, or on the road. So I go on the road a little bit. Every couple of months I'll do a big road trip or so, or a couple of road trips. So I was on the road for about 5 hours today, and got a chance to catch up with Becky Lynch's podcast on Talk Is Jericho. I also did Luke Harper's as well. But Becky Lynch in particular, I didn't know she was very fascinating. She's quite a very interesting person. She's done a lot of different things. I didn't know she kind of quit wrestling for 7 years or whatever, and you know, got back into it, and she was doing all these different things that were all related to wrestling. Like she was doing acting, stunt classes. She was trained to be a clown. She did all these crazy things, and I thought it was pretty cool. So I got a chance to kind of learn a little bit more about her, and I was actually wanting her to beat Sasha tonight. I think Becky Lynch deserves an opportunity. I think she's a great performer. I just think she's been a little bit underdone. I think she's kind of just, fallen behind all these other women, and she's just been in the shadow. She's flown under the radar a little bit. So I would like to see her get a bit more TV time and a little bit more of a chance. And to be fair, she's been getting that. Tonight she got a bit of promo time, and she had a decent match with Sasha. Now, mind you, I didn't really watch most of the matches tonight on Raw because it's been a long day. I caught up with Raw very late, and yeah, so I did see most of the main things. I saw who won and whatever, but I didn't really get to watch majority of the matches, so I'm not going to really comment there. But so Sasha got the win in the end by cheating, but it was good to see Becky get a bit more of TV time, a bit more of a prominent role. I just don't know what they're doing with these women. I just don't know. I mean, what is the plan here? I don't know. I mean, I don't recall Paige and Charlotte being on Raw. I could be wrong. I could have missed that, but I don't recall them being on Raw. So I have no idea what the plan is there. Are they going to try and build towards Sasha getting the belt at WrestleMania? I would assume so. They're going to build to a Becky Lynch and Charlotte or a Paige feud. You would assume so. I just don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I don't think they really know what they're doing. It's just kind of... They're just in limbo right now. They're just doing these tag team matches, just having Team Bad versus Team PCB or versus the Bellas. They're just kind of doing the same thing every single week until they figure things out. And I don't know when they will figure things out, if they will at all. So the Divas right now are in a bad spot. And what a surprise, I guess. It's kind of crazy that the women have gone on from in NXT having the best matches of the year, arguably, to now in the WWE. Sasha Banks, what is she doing? Nothing. She's got no momentum at all. I think the crowd, I heard there was a "This is boring" chant or something like that. They were cheering for Bayley or something along those lines. I read that on Twitter. So, it's not good right now, is it? I just think the crowd just don't give a shit. They just don't give a shit about the WWE's Divas. I think, obviously NXT women are doing much better down there, but, I think if Bayley gets promoted to the main roster, the exact same thing happen to her. I just don't think they're ever going to really elevate these women into that prominent position that they've allowed them to have on NXT, which is a shame, but it's going to take time. The thing is, for the last 10 years, we've had women just come out in their bras and panties and, throw pillows at each other and just not really have legitimate matches, not really have serious matches that have been the piss break of the show, for a long, long time. Or, they've just been the eye candy. So now to try and transition your regular viewer into taking these women seriously, it's going to take some time, and I don't think they've really done the right steps to allow that to kind of speed up the process, because still, you're giving these women a few extra minutes a week on Raw. You're giving them maybe 2 matches a week instead of 1 match a week for the women. But the storylines are still the same. The storylines are either non-existent or they're, pretty crappy. There's still some bad, terrible promos in between. Look at Team Bad's promo, I think it was at TLC. That was dreadful. I just think they're using these women wrong. I don't... you look at Sasha Banks, she was a bitch. She was just a bitch in NXT, and now we don't really see any of that element to her. She just comes out, shakes her ass around, and, cheats a couple times and uses Team Bad, who, by the way, Tamina's a joke. They're trying to still pretend that she's a legit big threat. She's not. Naomi, though, she comes out and she, puts on a little voice that she does and trying to, turn her character up to 1,000. And it's okay, but I just don't know. I just think they need to either split these girls apart or pick someone and roll with it. Pick 2-3 women and run with it. I've kind of done that a little bit with Charlotte, with Paige, but it's kind of like 1 step forward, 6 steps back with them. Who's the heel? Is Charlotte heel? Is she a face? Is she still friends with Becky? Is she not friends with Becky? It's just backwards. It's just I don't know what's going on. So I will say this week it was just good to get Becky Lynch on TV again. I'm becoming a fan. Now that I know a little bit more about her, I kind of know a little bit more about Sasha as well, and she hasn't really gravitated to me as much as I would probably think. I'm kind of rooting for the underdog here in Becky Lynch, because she's the one that's kind of flying under the radar a little bit. I want to see her get some more time. I want to see her get a chance, and I think she's great. So, Becky Lynch for me, she's going to be my new diva of choice. I'm going to be supporting her, and I'm glad to see her get some time. Now, I kind of struggle with accents. I'm pretty terrible with the Irish accent any European accent or, Asian accent, I'm terrible with. But I'm starting to get Becky Lynch's accent. I think she's just starting to speak a little bit more clearer, and I'm starting to get it more. And the more I'm hearing her, the better I'm picking it up. I know some people, I've been hearing some podcasts and things like that, people just cannot understand what she's saying. People say that she mumbles and I don't know what the hell she's saying. But I'm picking her up pretty good. So I enjoyed a little promo this week, and I enjoyed her podcast. So if you haven't heard the Talk is Jericho podcast, check it out. Becky Lynch was great on it. She's just fun. She's very quirky, very different, very energetic, but she's fun. So definitely check that one out. Worth a listen. I also thought Luke Harper's was worth a listen as well. So those are two podcasts I would recommend you listening. They're quite old now, probably a couple months old now. I've kind of missed a few of those Talkers Jerichos and the Austins and the Jim Rosses. I've kind of missed a few of those. They're not really in my weekly rotations. They're more on my when I go away, or if I need something to listen to because I'm bored, then I'll put them on. But they're not really my go-tos every week. But anyways, what else do we have this week on Raw? It was really the Kevin Owens show in a way. Kevin Owens got a really shock, surprise, quick victory. Neville came out and beat him, I should say. And they had a little thing over the Slammy Awards, and I thought, okay, here we go, a Neville and Kevin Owens feud. Now, that would be cool. I'd be okay with that. Give Neville a bit more TV time. He got the big win. Kevin Owens gets the beatdown revenge. You can work from there. In the end, they kind of scrapped that and put Neville to the side because Dean Ambrose came out, attacked Kevin Owens, and got a little bit of a one-up on him. Kevin Owens got revenge later on, obviously beating the hell out of Ambrose, putting him through the announce table, which was great. It just felt Kevin Owens, this was it. This was the Kevin Owens that we need to see. The guy who does not give a shit, comes out, beats the hell out of you, and loves it, enjoys it. Does it with a smile on his face. He loves doing it. Just loves beating you up. Not this guy who's running away from every damn fight. Kevin Owens, yeah, he walked away from Dean Ambrose, but you just kind of knew he's going to get him back later, and he did. So, I like the direction they're taking Owens. I'm liking this Owens and Ambrose thing they're doing right now. I know Ziggler was involved a little bit, and I know now Neville might be involved again, I'm not sure, but perhaps a rematch next week on Raw between Neville and Owens is probably pretty likely, if not a tag team match or something like that, who knows, but I like the direction they're doing with Owens. I feel as though they're kind of getting his character. It just went from nothing, he was just this guy who would run away from every fight. He's fight Owens fight, but he never really wanted to fight ever. Now he's kind of stepping up. He's like, you know what, let's fight. Let's brawl, let's go. You want to beat me, fair enough, but you're going to pay the price. This kind of thing like that. But I thought what they did this week with him was great. I enjoyed that. So there was a couple really good things about Raw this week. And the rest of the show was just kind of mediocre. Not really much happened. What did happen, though, is that Sin Cara got injured again. He dislocated his shoulder during the match with Big E. So it doesn't matter who wears the mask. Still, they'll get injured. They'll botch. They'll struggle. I don't know why they just don't throw that thing away and put it on the fire and burn it, never to be seen again. The Sin Cara character has just been a mega flop. And we all know Kalisto is the star in the group. We all know Kalisto is going to break away as a singles guy one day. And I read a rumor or a report or something like this week that the WWE is not interested in pushing Kalisto. I don't really buy that. I think the WWE, they know this guy has got some talent. They're giving him more TV time, more promo time. He's getting featured every week. And the Lucha Dragons are getting featured every week. I don't think Sin Cara will be anymore because I think he's going to be on the shelf for maybe a month or so. The dislocated shoulder. I don't know how long an injury for a dislocated shoulder is because I usually think of it as you pop it back in, you wait a few days, and it's good to go again. But I don't think that's the case. I think it's more like you pop it back in, your shoulder's fucked for a month. So perhaps in a month or so's time, we're going to see Sin Cara again. Maybe a surprise return on the Rumble. How exciting would that be? But yeah, so no Sin Cara for a little bit of time, which is a real shame, an absolute real shame. But the New Day was great again. The New Day was funny. I was just cracking up. Big E doing the angel thing on the ring when he got in, and I just thought they were really funny this week. So the New Day, they've been pretty stale the last few weeks. I've kind of fallen off the New Day a little bit, but again, they just keep on bringing me back. Sometimes I'm like, seen it, whatever, same old thing. But this week, I thought they were pretty funny. They worked as heels pretty good, teasing the song. Oh wait, you don't deserve it because you didn't vote for us in the Slammy Awards. And I'm glad they kind of incorporate a few of these Slammy Award things into the show, I think that's a good idea. At least you get something out of that dreadful Slammy Awards show. I mean, if it means the New Day going to bitch and moan and complain about it every week, and Kevin Owens beats up Neville because he didn't win the award, fair enough, fine. But it's when they don't do anything with it, that's what annoys me. But I'm glad they did a little bit with it this week. Probably next week they'll forget that the Slammy Awards ever existed. But another funny moment was certainly R-Truth again. He came out thinking that it was the Slammy Awards when the Big Show, before he beat everyone up, beat all the jobber guys up. So Miz was coming out, he was slowly saying, his 2015 year review, Ryback interrupted. Who else did we have? We had Heath Slater, we had Zack Ryder. I'm forgetting somebody. Big Show. I'm forgetting someone. But, so no mention of the Miz and Neville thing this week. I don't know what's going on there. I didn't see a mention of that, But so R-Truth came out. He thought it was the Slammy Awards this week, and he was talking about, vote for me this week, vote for me to be the Superstar of the Year. Wait, R-Truth, that was last week, so I thought that was pretty funny. It's pretty similar to what he did with the Money in the Bank thing, but still I got a laugh out of it. I thought it was great. R-Truth is great, so thought that was good. Then the Big Show came out and just beat the shit out of everyone. Knocked everyone out, threw them all out of the ring. R-Truth knocked himself out. And he still got chokeslammed for it. He tried to kind of get away from it. It nearly worked, but not quite. But I thought that was good. But Big Show beating everyone up, even making Ryback look like a bit of a bitch. Not real good. But I get it. For the Rumble, you gotta make Big Show look good. He's the big man. The big man always has to look strong for the Rumble. I tell you what, though. I tell you one guy who should be looking strong in that Rumble is Braun Strowman. He should be the guy, in my opinion, that comes out and beats the crap out of all these other guys, these job guys, whatever. This guy comes out, and just interrupts and throws everyone out of the ring, beats everyone up, and says, "I'm in the Rumble." Wouldn't that be more of a statement than the Big Show that we've seen in every damn year? Why not give a younger guy who's the same size nearly, more intimidating in my opinion? I'd be more scared of this big, jacked up, hairy, crazy-looking dude than big, fat Big Show who's, 45 years old and can barely walk to the ring. I think I'm going to be more scared of Braun Strowman, to be honest with you, and I'm going to be more threatened. So, to me, would have been cool to see Braun Strowman just come out and, beat the shit out of everyone, but that's just me. Hey, I'm crazy for giving a new guy a spot like that. That would be crazy of me. Let's give it to the Big Show. We have to. But, I guess, whatever. It worked okay. You give him a bit of a build-up. I know that he did say that he's going to be the number one entrant in the Rumble. I think, does he mean that he's going to be... Was that a slip-up? Did he mean he's going to be coming in at number one? He's drawing number one? Or is he, I'm the first person to say that I'm going to be in the Rumble? I think he meant the latter, but, just the way he kind of said it just kind of made me like, dude, why would you want to be number one? So... But anyways, the last match of the show, Del Rio versus John Cena. The finish was pretty expected. I mean, I thought for a moment Cena might be going over and winning the belt back. I'm glad he didn't. Lots of cheers for Cena. I had a chance to go and see Daddy's Home, that movie that just come out with Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell. Absolutely love the movie. That movie is hilarious. Absolutely loved it. John Cena's in the movie right at the end of it. So John Cena's just doing a few different things. He's had a few different movie appearances this year, which is good. I'm thinking Cena's kind of just popping his head around a little bit, getting some more notice. I think that's a good thing for him. I think he's going to get some more roles, because I think he's starting to find his thing. He went from the big action movie guy, didn't really work for him. I think this comedy thing might work well for Cena, and I'm starting to like John Cena. When he's in movies, I'm going to be watching. I haven't watched Trainwreck yet. I don't think I probably will. Maybe I might give it a chance, but I don't really like Amy Schumer. I think she's shit. So maybe I'll just watch the parts of Cena's in. But then again, that's just like a sex scene, so I don't know if I really want to see that. But anyways, so I think John Cena in some more movies I think is good. The big jacked up guy, and can act like the big tough guy. I think it can be kind of work and be comedic. I think it's a good role for John Cena. I don't really see him as a real bad dude. I don't know, I just seen Cena as this good guy for so long. I just can't picture him as a bad dude. I know at the end of, spoiler alert for Daddy's Home, he came out looking like a tough guy and a biker, And I just kind of went, that doesn't really suit Cena in my eyes, because I don't see him as a tough guy. I just see him as this guy with a bright coloured t-shirt with a, baseball cap on, and kissing babies and hugging fat kids. So that's all I really know John Cena as. So it's kind of a little odd for me to see him like that. But I'm glad he's kind of doing some different things. And I'm glad he took a bit of time off. I mean, 2 months without Cena isn't much. It still feels as though John Cena was here last week. But just to refresh him a little bit, give some other time to some other guys, and get him ready for WrestleMania season. I don't know what he's going to be doing at WrestleMania. I would assume that he's going to be in the Royal Rumble. I don't know what the plan is. I know there's a rumored Undertaker match. I get that. I mean, that's really the only thing I can really see him doing. I just don't know what else, because I know he and Roman Reigns and John Cena had a little bit of a stare down at the end of Raw. Now, I don't think that's going to lead to anything. I think that was just something for the crowd. Just a bit of a tease, but I don't think it's going to really lead to anything. If it was going to lead to anything, they would have done it on TV, but they didn't do it on TV, so it's just something for the crowd, so I wouldn't take much notice of it. But Del Rio and Cena had a pretty decent match until the League of Nations got involved, as expected. Vince McMahon came out after Roman Reigns speared a few guys, whatever. And Vince McMahon came out and said, Reigns, you're going to have to defend the title next week against Sheamus in a guest referee match. So Vince McMahon's going to be the guest referee. I hope Reigns retains, but then I hope Reigns has to defend the title in the Royal Rumble. I think this year is a great opportunity to make Reigns defend it in the Royal Rumble, have him come in at number 1, stack the odds against him, and I guess in the end you could say, it's predictable, he's going to overcome the odds, retain the title, whatever. Yeah, but I think the storyline just kind of warrants that. I think it'd be cool. And, even in the end, I mean, you could have Triple H come in at number 30 as a special surprise at number 30, and he comes in, he and Reigns battled out at the end or something like that. I've heard a few ideas from other podcasts and other shows talking about something like this. Perhaps even Triple H gets the belt. I don't know. But, I mean, you could do a bit of a showdown at the end. Triple H and Reigns in the Rumble, for example. You could do that kind of showdown. Triple H wants his revenge. He's coming out at the end to get that on Reigns. Something like that, I think, could be a big moment. It'd be pretty cool. So, I don't know. But there's plenty of possibilities. I just would like to see them do something a little bit different, rather than, let's give the belt back to Sheamus, and Reigns, you're going to have to wrestle Sheamus with 2 hands to tie behind your back, and, the League of Nations are going to be surrounding I don't know, something ridiculous that Reigns just cannot overcome the odds would be retarded. I just hope they do something simple. Have Reigns beat Sheamus, maybe Vince gets punched out and another referee comes in and does the count, and I don't know, something like that. Or Vince McMahon has no choice but to count the 3, something like that. Maybe Reigns wants to beat Vince McMahon up unless he counts the 3. I don't know, something like that. But I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with it. I mean, next week's show should be a good one. I just want to know when Brock Lesnar's coming back. The Rumble's coming up soon. I would have thought he would have appeared by now. Hasn't been the case. Looks as though they might be holding out on that, maybe until the start of the new year. I don't know. But overall, this week's Raw was pretty decent. Much better than last week's just abomination. Last week was terrible. This week was pretty good. I enjoyed it. There's some big highlights, some funny moments, and legitimate laugh-out-loud moments. I got a few laughs out of this show. And I enjoyed Roman Reigns tonight. I enjoyed Cena's return. I'm becoming more of a fan of Cena. It's a thing like with Batista. I mean, I'm starting to appreciate Batista more, doing some other things other than wrestling. I was already a huge Batista fan, but like seeing him in movies and things like that, I think that's just cool. I just like that. So seeing Cena do something different, I can like these other characters he's playing, and I can like the guy a bit more. Not seeing him on TV as much. I get it, he kicked out of all the finishes tonight and did some typical John Cena bullshit, but that had to be expected. His first night back. You got to give Cena the rub. You got to give Cena, you got to put him over, make him look good. But I just don't know where they go with Cena right now, and I don't want to see Cena with the US title again. I think we've kind of be past that. Let's move on from that. But then again, Del Rio is doing nothing for the belt either, so perhaps that might be an idea to drop the belt to someone, But anyways, that's enough of this week's Raw. Enjoyed the show. Looking forward to next week. So this week, what is Brendan playing? This week, obviously Christmas time. Generally, everybody gets some new games for Christmas. So let me know what you guys got for Christmas. Let me know what games you got in particular for Christmas. I got Until Dawn and Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I also got Rise of the Tomb Raider. So Rise of the Tomb Raider only on the Xbox, which is unfortunate, but only on the Xbox. I tell you what, this game is phenomenal, man. Oh my god, I watched my sister play it for the first 3 or 4 hours, and I had to go and get it. I just had to go and buy the game. It's just phenomenal. I really enjoyed the Tomb Raider reboot they did a few years ago, and I really wanted to see more of that. I just wanted, that type of game is what I really enjoy. Just non-stop action, dramatic storyline. I really enjoyed that. It's a bit like Uncharted. I love Uncharted. So Tomb Raider is very similar, and I'm just really enthralled with it. I just really enjoy this Tomb Raider game. And I haven't had a chance to really play it much myself. I've, done a few things here and there. But that's the plan coming forward. I mean, really looking forward to getting on Tomb Raider and just, playing that. But at the moment, my goal right now is Assassin's Creed. Now, I have got 3 out of 9 platinums on Assassin's Creed. So I think there's 9 games in the series that have trophies. So the goal right now is to get the platinum on every single Assassin's Creed. I got 3 out of 9 done. 92% on Assassin's Creed 2 and 84% on Assassin's Creed 4. So I'm in the process of getting the Assassin's Creed 4 platinum, and then after that I have to play Unity and Syndicate. Obviously I just bought Syndicate, I'm going to play that soon, but I don't want to play the new Assassin's Creed until I get these old ones kind of done and dusted and out of the way. So definitely right now the plan is to try and grind out Black Flag. I'm nearly kind of done with it. I just need to kind of grind out some money on it and do some things like that. But I'm not going to bore you with the specifics. But I'm really enjoying getting back in Assassin's Creed. It's probably one of my favorite series. I think the series has died down a little bit. And I'm not sure if the series can be revived. I don't think the series will ever be as good ever as it once was. I think, I look back at Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood probably as the highlights of the series. Those 2 games were phenomenal. Revelation sucked. Assassin's Creed 3, just didn't like the setting of the game. I just didn't like, that time period. It was not a bad game. I think for the most part I got into the story a little bit. I was enjoying it. Just didn't like the main character, or the setting. Assassin's Creed 4, I love the gameplay, when you're not in a boat. I hate the boats. Cannot stand them. But certainly when you're just running around, typical Assassin's Creed gameplay was nice. The graphics were beautiful. The islands were beautiful. Very, very, very beautiful looking game. Unity I've only played for about 10 minutes. I did the prologue and I said this is enough for me, because this game, it just was different. It just was weird. I don't know what to think of it. But yeah, so I got to give that another chance after Black Flag. So I'm on an Assassin's Creed grind right now. I've been playing a little bit of Need for Speed as well. What else have I been playing? I don't think there's really all that much. I am enjoying Need for Speed. It's something I definitely want to get the platinum on that as well. I think it's pretty fun. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to get that many hours out of it, but I think it's a pretty fun game. And I didn't have to buy it, so I can't really complain too much. But I'm enjoying it. It's a nice racer. There's not really that many great racing games on the PS4, which is a problem. But I think Need for Speed fills a bit of a void there. I enjoy it, so if you are looking for a racing game, Need for Speed's a pretty decent buy. Definitely wait till the price drop, but yeah, I think it's worth your time. And other than that, really not much I've been playing. I haven't played Until Dawn yet. I'm not a big horror guy. I'm not a big scary game, horror game kind of guy, so I have to really be in the mood for that. Plus, I have a lot of games right now in my backlog that I'm going to try and get through before I get around to Until Dawn. But I will get there. I will get there eventually. So that's really all that's been going on this week. Not much really else. Just been doing the whole Christmas thing. I had a great Christmas, by the way. Spent time with the family, and we had the neighbours over. We went to the neighbour's house as well. Played some backyard cricket. Drank some beer. Had a good time, So typical Christmas. It was fun. So I don't know how you guys went for your Christmases. Let me know. And let me know what you guys got planned for the new year. I think I'm going to the beach or something for the new year, so that should be fun. And I'm looking forward to that. So we'll see. I'll let you guys know what I did and what I got up to the next week. But so let's go ahead and answer some of these questions, and we'll get the hell out of here, shall we?
What's up, Brennan? My question for you today is, with Roman Reigns as the world champion, and don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying Reigns. I like Reigns. with the way the current product is today, with him right now feuding with the League of Nations, like, it makes you wonder, is that the best they really got? Like, him and Sheamus, and I know Sheamus deserves a rematch, but, with Rollins being injured and everything, if you were in the current, if you were the head of the writers or whatever, and you wrote the storylines with, given everything that's been going on with all the injuries, what would you do with Roman Reigns? Who would you have him feud with? People are saying maybe Brock Lesnar, and maybe Lesnar wins the Royal Rumble, and they have Lesnar versus Reigns Part 2, but what would you do if you were in that situation? Again, this is Trey from North Carolina. Appreciate it.
Well, what I would have done is I would have turned either Reigns or Ambrose heel at Survivor Series. Probably, it would have been difficult to get Reigns over as a babyface and get cheered over Dean Ambrose. So I think probably the best thing I would have done is perhaps turn Roman Reigns heel and turn Ambrose into your top number one babyface. I would have done a brother versus brother storyline heading in towards WrestleMania, slow build, and, perhaps I would have probably done the turn at like Royal Rumble time. Reigns wins the title at Survivor Series, and Dean Ambrose gets jealous. Ambrose gets jealous because Reigns is getting all these accolades, doing all these, he's the man, he's doing everything, he's getting all this attention. That way you could have turned Ambrose heel, or you could kind of flip the script as well. You could also do Ambrose gets the surprise win. Reigns can't believe it. He's been waiting all this time to get his win. He's been waiting and waiting and waiting, doing all, overcoming all these different situations. Now he finally gets his opportunity and he fails. He blows it. Ambrose picks up the surprise win and Reigns snaps. And he takes all his frustrations out on Dean Ambrose, his quote-unquote brother. And you could have just rolled with that. Ambrose and Reigns, the big payoff at WrestleMania. And you get, perhaps Roman Reigns wins the belt along the way. Maybe he wins it at the Royal Rumble, takes away, from Ambrose. Or maybe he wins the title at TLC. Ambrose wins the Rumble. Reigns is the heel champion. Ambrose gets the win at the Rumble. Reigns versus Ambrose at WrestleMania. Kind of tying the dots a little bit there, but I probably would have rolled with an Ambrose and Reigns storyline. I think it was the perfect time for it, and I think it could have been great, but I just think now they've missed the boat, and certainly it would have been better than Reigns and Sheamus. No doubt about that. I think anything is better than that. League of Nations are terrible. I don't mind the Triple H and Roman Reigns storyline, though. I think that's going to be a big match at WrestleMania, I'm hoping, because I'm actually pretty intrigued about that one. I generally want to see that, because I'm a fan of Triple H. However you guys want to, view him, I like Triple H. So I would like to see that match, but I think Ambrose and Reigns, obviously the two full-time guys, would be better in the long run. Alright, some other questions this week comes from Jacob Radley. Have you ever read any wrestling biographies? I haven't read one from start to finish, but I got through halfway of Jericho's book, the one he did in what I want to say, 2010 or something like that. His second book, so The Best in the World at What I Don't Know. I think that might be his new one, I'm not sure. But his second book, got halfway through it, I loved it, it's incredible, great book. I'm not a big reader. I just kind of start books and don't really get around to finishing. I want to finish that book, it's really, really good. So that's really the only one that I have, and I want to finish that off. Another one from Jacob. Who could be Jay Lethal's first WWE rival when he comes, if he comes? It's hard to kind of guess because Jay Lethal, he may not be here until late next year. He may not be here until 2017. You just don't know when he's going to be here. And it's going to be hard to gauge who's going to be in NXT at the time. I think you could say, alright, his first rival is going to be with the big star. He's going to be the champ. It could be Hideo Itami. Could be Finn Balor. Could be Apollo Crews. But you just don't know if they're going to be there in time. And you don't know how they're going to perceive Jay Lethal. Are they going to push him as a top guy or as a mid-card guy? I just don't know. I personally would push him as a top guy. I think he's deserved that and earned that, at least for NXT. I think when you got a big name on the independents, they have a bit of a credibility to them. They got a bit of history behind them. People could know of them. I think you got to push them into a prominent position. I think Jay Lethal certainly would be there, but I just don't know who's going to be in NXT. And probably late next year, I'd say he might come in. Maybe Itami will still be there. I think that's a possibility. I don't think Finn Balor will still be there. I think he'll be moved up by then. And I even think Apollo Crews will probably be, up and gone by then. So it's just hard to say who's going to be in NXT by then. But I certainly think he'll be probably feuding around that title straight away. Afonso Henrique, he wants to know do I think the WWE should have an off season? Would that improve the WWE? I don't know if an off season would improve the WWE. I think it would improve the health and the longevity of your wrestlers if you gave them more time off. I can't see why maybe once every 3 months they have a week off or something like that. Being on TV every single week, you just get those shows that aren't necessary. I think, financially, the WWE, they're all about money, 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 money. But in the end, I think you're going to make more money by keeping your guys around. I mean, look at Seth Rollins, Cesaro, Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton. All these top guys have been working themselves into the ground and getting themselves injured. Because they've been working and working and working. I think just, and a lot of guys work with injuries as well. So if you gave guys a chance to heal up, you gave time off to these guys and didn't work them into the ground, I think you would get more longevity out of them and in the end make more money out of them. So I think in the long run it would be a much better idea to at least have a week off here and there. I don't think 2-3 months off is a good idea for the WWE. I think it's a thing you need to keep these guys on TV all the time. But I think just when it's a down period, having a week off here and there wouldn't be crazy. I think over Christmas, have a week off. When summer's over, have a week off. Maybe at the start, I don't know, after WrestleMania, probably a week off's not a good idea. You get some momentum building off WrestleMania, you probably don't want that. Maybe after SummerSlam, you have a week off. Maybe, just have some weeks off when it doesn't really matter. Like that October period. Do you really need to be on the road, every day of the week during then? When nobody gives a shit about wrestling. The period of time where they're just trying to fill in the months. Why not spend, a few weeks and just give you guys some time off? Let that be your off season. When NFL's just starting up and getting into gear. NBA's getting into gear. Wouldn't that be a smart time for the WWE to go, you know what? There's all this competition right now. Why don't we just shut up shop for 2, 3, 4 weeks? And let's give a chance for our guys to heal up, rest up. We'll come back and we'll come back on TV. We'll have a big start, big premiere to our next new season. We'll come up strong again and, give people a reason to tune into our show again rather than just seeing the same old thing every single week. Let's take some time off and let's, hit the reset and let's go from here. I think it'd be a good idea. If not, at least rotate guys in and out. They don't have the star power to do that anymore, unfortunately, but if you could, some guys work these weeks, some guys don't, have a week on, maybe once a month you get maybe, 5 or 6, 7 days off extra than not what you normally would. Some extra days off just to kind of rest up. Because in this day and age, working these guys in the ground, because, back in the 80s, when you work this schedule, the matches, you look at the match in the 80s compared to now, it's completely different. These guys would do a rest hold and, do a body slam or a suplex, and it was incredible. Now you got to jump all over off the top rope every second move. You got to fly over the top over the ring. You got to do all these crazy spots, even at house shows, to get over. It's going to put even more wear and tear on your body. And I think right now in this day and age, now we know about all these injuries better. I think it'd be much better in the WWE's long term to give these guys more of a rest rather than just working them into the ground and into their own death. I mean, look at Daniel Bryan, getting all these concussions and neck injuries, and John Cena, who knows how many injuries he's gotten over the years, and he's worked through them. It's not a good thing. In the end, it's going to catch up to these guys, and you're not going to get as much time out of them as you perhaps may have gotten out of these guys. So an off season is a risky thing, but if I was going to do it, certainly in that off period, that down period, that's that September, October time, when NBA is about to kick off, NFL's going again. I don't know when MLB starts, whatever, but when all these big sports are coming back on TV, and their seasons are starting, the WWE I think should have an off season, and once the luster's worn off a little bit on these other sports after 2, 3, 4 weeks, then you bring the WWE back on. I think you'll find that they won't take as much of a hit on the ratings, and you can come back with a more of a fresh product. Anyways, moving on to the next one. Comes from Venkatesh Parikh. He wants to know, what am I planning for 2016 for my YouTube channel? I kind of touched on this a little bit before, but like I said, more videos, more old school stuff, more maybe Let's Plays, more commentaries, just more variety. More videos, more variety. And obviously I'm going to be doing NXT as well. I don't know if I think right now the plan is to do NXT as its own separate episode every single week. So 4 NXT shows, before our pay-per-view. So that's kind of the plan right now. Shorter episodes, just 1 match per episode, so like a 10-15 minute episode. But you get an extra episode every so often, more universe mode. So that's kind of the plan right now. So more videos, more universe mode, more. That's the plan. Another one from Afonso. He wants to know, who do I think deserves a push in 2016? I think Kalisto, for one. I think deserves an opportunity to show us what he can do. Neville's another guy I think deserves more of an opportunity. I don't really else know. I think, like I said, Becky Lynch is certainly another one. I think she deserves an opportunity. And Cesaro, when he comes back, obviously I would give him, I'd give him the ball. I'd really give him a chance. And I hope the crowd gets behind Cesaro when he returns. So that's a few that I'd kind of rattle off. He's got another one question as well. Do I think the League of Nations can work as a main event stable? What do they need to improve on? Can you see someone else join them? I personally said from the beginning that I think Del Rio is just not a fit for the group. I see the other 3, okay, I get it. Del Rio just looks like the odd man out to me. And to me, the thing that I find the biggest problem with the League of Nations is that they just treat it as a joke. On Raw, Roman Reigns came out, speared Rusev, Superman punched Del Rio and took out Sheamus comfortably. Like, who cares? Like, it's not a big deal. Like, he just takes these guys out with ease. They're not a legit threat. They're not a big threat, and that's the problem. You can't really take this group seriously. 1 week they try and put these guys over as a threat. The next they get beat down like they're nothing. So they're never really going to be taken out seriously until they become a legitimate threat. This one comes from Jonathan. What is my opinion on the "this is boring" chants? Do I think it's disrespectful? And do I agree with it? I mean, the crowd they can chant what they want. I think it's more of a signal, like, to Vince and the creative team and the people backstage that we don't like this. I don't think it's more of a disrespectful thing. I think it's more of a, we don't want to see this is not what we want kind of chant. I think it is a little bit disrespectful in a way, but people have the right to say whatever they want. And hey, I am sick of the politically correct environment. If you want to say something sucks, then go ahead and say it. If you think something is boring, then fine. I think Sheamus is boring. I'd be chanting that when he had a match. Let's say Sheamus and Bad News Barrett had a match. Either I'd be, getting popcorn, or I would be chanting, "This is boring." I definitely would agree. So if you feel strongly about something, chant it. But, when it's not really necessary, when you're just trying to get yourself over as a crowd, that's when it kind of gets ridiculous. But, if the match generally, sucks ass, then sure, say it. Final question of the day comes from Steve. What do you think about a Cena return? Sorry, let me try this again. He's worded it pretty poorly. What do I think Cena's going to return? What do I think Cena's going to do now that he has returned? Will he be in the Rumble, or will he go for the title? Like I said, I think he's going to be in the Rumble. Perhaps Undertaker, they go with that. If not, I just don't know. I really don't know. Like I said, I have really no idea. I don't know what they're going to do with Cena. They're going to give him back the US title. It seems as though he wants the title. His character still wants the title. Is he going to go for the world title? I'm not sure. I guess in the next 2-3 weeks, you're probably going to find out what direction they're going to take with Cena. Once he gets past this Del Rio thing, then we'll know. But right now, I'm just not exactly sure. But that's going to do it for this week's edition of Let's Talk Tuesdays. Hope you guys enjoyed this week's show. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video. And I hope you guys had a great Christmas. Hope you guys have a great New Year. And I hope 2015 was okay for you. I hope 2016 is even better. I hope it's great for me too. I'm really looking forward to 2016. I think it's going to be a great year. It's going to be my year. Trust me. I'm going to try and make it my year anyways. But I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you all next Tuesday. Keep on listening in. Make sure you download that Mobile Strike game. Link in the description down below. Check out the forums, breadandplays.com/forums. Leave a question over there or in the YouTube comment section down below, or leave a voicemail on the website as well. Thanks guys for listening in, and I'll see you all next Tuesday.